Hey everyone, I'm starting a new series today and it is a quick tip with Joy. So, we're going to talk about scissors. Why do you need a different pair of scissors and what do you need a different pair of scissors for? And how do you cut a straight line? Here are some tips. Let's talk about the scissors first. There's different ones. I have arthritis, and so I find that some of the ones with a smaller hole aren't ideal for me. The ones with a bigger hole, of course, are wonderful. You do want to make sure you have the right scissors for the right project. So if you are going to fussy cut, and by fussy cut, I mean you have a small item that you need to cut out, you want to make sure that you're using a small blade scissors, something that doesn't have a long blade. This might be a little longer. These are my favorite for this because if you have arthritis or other diseases that might cause you immobility in your hands, this one automatically squishes together, which is kind of nice. I do like that it's a small tip, and this is my second favorite, but it's getting kind of old when my arthritis is not flaring up or I have a problem right here, and so this repetitively squishing it together can get, can kind of get to be a problem for me. Then I'll switch over to these but then, again, sometimes it catches me here. Now, these are We Are memory keepers. I don't know what brand these are. I've had them for a very long time. These are cheap little ones off of, you see these around everywhere. I got these from Temu. These are only really good for paper, and thin paper for that matter. You don't want to use these for fabric or anything else. Now, I do like these. However, these are the Fisker titanium ones. But this, every time you go to cut, the darn thing falls down. Fisker's does have 100%, guarantee on theirs, so they'll replace them. I just, don't want to take the time to mess with it. But I kind of want to super glue them up there, but then your problem would be it would always be open. They do stay open unless this is locked down. Now, I don't have regular scissors, like the 8-inch scissors you can get anywhere, but those are, they're cheap. You can get them anywhere, but they do wear. Let me tell you also, if you have a glue eraser, you can get these any craft shop, or Dollar Tree has them occasionally if you can find them. These are great for cleaning your scissors off if you have glue or something stuck on them. Just be careful with them while you're using them. Do both sides, and it will work really well to clean glue and stuff off of your scissors. Let's get to this though, cutting. So there's some tips to cutting that I have. If you're going to be cutting, and I'm going to fussy cut this for instance, you want to be sure that you're paying attention to this part of your blade. This is what's cutting. This, where it's squishing down, that's what's cutting, not the tip where you're looking. And you want to keep your scissors straight and move your project. If you move your hand, if you keep your hand straight with your scissors and move your project around, you have a far better luck getting around, and because you can anchor your elbow to your body, and then that will help you. So if you're trying to do a circle, which a lot of people say I can't do a circle, they don't have a punch for a circle, one of the best things to do is the same thing. Make sure that you are watching, and I anchor my finger under here as I'm moving the project. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Let's get this off of here so you can see what I'm doing. But I kind of anchor my finger here underneath as I'm cutting on the top. I anchor my elbow to my body, and then if you're cutting, it's easier to cut a circle, and then you can have better luck. So this is the easiest way to make sure that you're doing fussy cutting right. And voila, you have your little fussy cut item. All right. One of the things when cutting trying to cut a straight line. If you have a long distance to go, perhaps you want to go from here to there, you want to get the longest scissors that you can get. Now, this blade here is far bigger than this blade. See how much difference there is? I don't think this is an 8-inch blade, but an 8-inch blade is your regular blade. The only thing with, these are Tim Holtz's Tonic Studio scissors. And the only thing I don't like about these is if you're going through something hard, then, and you're trying, like cardboard or something, and you're trying to cut down and you need that extra grip, this gives. So that is not a good thing for really hard, heavy-duty surfaces. You would want something sturdier, and I know these look silly, but I like these because they allow me room for my thumb and my finger. But you would want something sturdier that wouldn't give in here. So choose the longest scissors that you have. Now, when you're working with coffee dyed paper or any kind of dyed paper, you're going to have the ripple and the ruffle, and it's harder to cut a straight line. Just, we are junk journalers, and it shouldn't matter. Just let that go. This, if you're wanting to cut, okay, first of all, let's talk about the Tim Holtz scissors, and you may or may not know this. One side is a serrated side, and one side is a flat side. So if you want a serrated look, you turn the serrated look to the top. If you want the flat side, you would put the flat side on the top. But I'm not trying to be a commercial for him, but just, I didn't know that for the longest time. So, again, when you're trying to cut, anchor your arm against your elbow and your arm against your body. And if you're trying to cut a perfect straight line, you may not want to breathe. Just take a breath and hold it if you have trouble at first to do this. So I am, again, holding my fingers on the edge of the blade. This gives me extra strength, I think. I don't know the word. Anyway, so I'm using this as an example. This is just like notebook paper, and I've got my fingers on the back, and I am actually, I need my fingers here. I'm actually watching right here. Right here. This is where I'm watching, where the blade is cutting. Now, as I start to cut, you will notice that sometimes you need to make sure, and I probably should do this with, let me do this with thicker paper just to show you the example of what I actually mean. This is thicker paper. You definitely will get a smoother, straighter cut if you're using the thicker the paper. Okay, if you're using 20-pound paper, you're not going to have as good luck. All right, so right here, do you see that I'm not taking this away? Do you see that? This isn't going away, and I'm not like twisting it up because, you know, I'm keeping this taut right against there. That's how you're going to get your best straight line. I mean, you will get a perfect straight line. If you are starting this like this and you're just not even paying attention, you're just like, you know, well, you know, I mean, sure, you're not going to get a straight line. You want a straight line? Put these two fingers against the back of your blade and hold on with it, and then watch right here, and you will have a perfect straight cut every time. See, a lot of times people, when they get away from they might start doing this. And I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit, just pulling it away makes all the difference. Because I'm hitting here. You see, this is hitting here. So therefore, that might be part of your problem. You have to bring this up above that handle in order to keep it going. Oops, and I got smidge straight, or crooked. So anyway, that is the way you make a straight line, a straight cut. And if you use, it's really hard to use smaller scissors because you tend to, you don't have as much space here in the blade to keep it straight. You see, I'm even going crooked with that. But if you use it here, you will. You'll have a perfectly straight line. As the paper's getting flopsy, bring it up, Before you start again, make sure that you have it taut on the edge of the blade again. And I'm getting to the end, so it's kind of given on me. The paper's given. But you can have a perfect straight line that way. Just remember that the thicker the paper, the more success you will have. If you're using dyed paper, you will not have very much success. It's just hard. You could iron your paper, but you may still have a little bit of going crooked. It's just the nature of the paper. It's the way the paper is made. So there's some ideas for you. These little cheapy type scissors, these are like surgical scissors, and you know, they might be okay to be cutting little bitty teeny things, but yeah, I'm not a fan of Tim Holtz scissors, you know, are okay, but I actually prefer the blade on these rather than the tip on these. And you know, these are okay. I do like that they fit my hand when I'm having trouble with arthritis, though. I hope that clears up a little bit for you, and I hope you enjoyed this. Come back and see me on my next tip. So for now, remember your day is full of choices, so choose joy. I'll see you next time. Please subscribe, ring the bell if you want to see more, and give me a like. Have a great day.